Appreciate everybody coming to do what they do. Again, this is a fundraiser for Peace Boston. My girl Cindy, who's been in the business for quite some time, and this particular organization that I really support, and I respect Cindy a lot. I want to give her a few minutes just so she can say a few things and say her thank yous and appreciation to you all for coming out and supporting the cause.
Call the artist right up here. Step forward. Let me see if I can see from over here.
It's hard. It's hard.
Okay, now I can see you. Alright, so some of you all don't know me, but I'm your mama. You don't know that? I'm Mother Hip Hop, and it's for a reason. A lot of you all only know me through Peace Boston, but I actually used to run one of the biggest hip hop organizations back in the 90s called UMMF. Us Making Moves Forever. And one of the things that I want to tell you all as artists is that this violence is not going to go away by itself. And it's not going to be put on the backs of those of us in Peace Boston. This is something that you all are going to have to take part in. Back in the 90s, the organization was so strong that we didn't have to invite anybody else to come out because there were 500 of us. And that was everybody in the industry, not just artists. It was DJs, videographers, producers, dancers, whoever. And there were a lot less artists because nowadays everybody thinks they can rap. Everybody's an MC. But that's not true.
Long as they from Boston, they good.
Okay, alright. But anyway, there's a big difference between being a rapper, an artist, and an MC. Now, if you want to become an MC, you really need to think about your lyrics. Rapping responsibly, because these young kids are taking in what you're saying and going out and doing some of these things. So, I mean, if you have ever been to a Peace Boston event, there's no swearing, there's no negativity, there's no nothing of that nature going on because we're talking to young people. And I worked with the record labels and the distribution company, so I know all about promoting negative music, but let's start thinking about the words that you're putting out there. You need to really start rapping responsibly. And also giving some of your time to the young people, because a lot of the shows that we do is for one another, 21 plus. But the messages that you need to put out there is to the young people. So start donating some of your time, because they want to be able to look up to you all, but they can't come out to where you're at. So start thinking about those things, because young people have to have alternatives to violence. So that section over there in the back, the Peace Boston table, that's not a museum. That's for you all to come and visit and make a purchase, because everything that we've done comes from the money that we get from that. We put on so many events. You can see that tree over there. There's 17 flyers on there. 6 years ago we started this movement, and we thought it was going to be a one-day thing, where we put on the Peace in the Streets vigil in Carmen Square on December 21st. And in the middle of putting that on December 13th, which is, I didn't want to say this on the radio, Rusty, because I never want to capitalize on tragedy, but 6 years ago today was one of the most tragic things that happened in hip-hop in Boston. 4 young men were killed in a studio tonight. This is their anniversary for Graveside. So I feel bad for the artists that are not here, because you need to be paying respects to that. So please go out into your communities and try to give back, because this, like we said, is not going to go away by itself. I started off with 90 artists on the Peace in the Street CD. Now I only work with 3. And Mr. Harvey, Bay Holla, and Lisa Bello are those 3 artists. Because I'm not really looking for people that are going to perform. I'm looking for recording artists for peace. People who actually care about what's going on and don't care about just doing shows. So please start thinking about those things, because we need more adults involved. We need more men involved. The only reason why there's t-shirts left after all these years is because it's the bigger sizes. So gentlemen, 3X, 4X, I don't want to look at those shirts anymore. Please come out and buy them, okay?
Cindy, you sound like you're ready to cry.
No, I'm not going to cry. Listen, see this camera right here? The last time I talked in front of a camera went on BNN. And Cindy was wilding out, and I'm not going to do that, so yeah.
How about the camera of the most wanted? You remember that when you saw it on that one?
Ooh, shh, don't tell them that. Yes, I remember that. Anyway, this is what we need from you all. We need more of you to get involved in what we're doing. We just put on one of the biggest events that's ever going to happen in Boston. Hip Hop 9/11 is actually a play about Boston's hip hop scene, but y'all weren't there. So, I mean, for me right now, I'm very appreciative of my brother right here, Rusty. We go way back, way before Funky Fresh record store even opened. Before that.
Stop it, Cindy.
Way before that. So, I mean, this is really our last event that we're going to be dealing with until the end of 2012. To all of you who came out tonight to support what it is.
Give a round of applause, people. Now, what I need you, I'm sorry, were you done?
I'm done. No, come over to the table.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants to support Peace Boston in here? You can start by going over to that table over there. There's space for $1. Y'all got dollars. I know you at the bar spending $100. You can go over there and spend $1.
Condoms.
Exactly. They got condoms over there. You don't need them wearing $1. We got you. So go over there and spend some money. It goes to the kids of the community.
Right.
$1 at least. There's candy over there. You know you need a fresh brush right about now. You just drinking and stuff. So go over there and hook us up.
Round of applause for Cindy.
Yes.
My girl, Jules.
Big round of applause for Rusty for doing this.
I need y'all to slide over here.
Give him a big round of applause for putting this on.
Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. Those who believe in what we do here. Those that believe what goes on in the street needs to come to an end. Those that believe in Boston hip hop, big shout out to you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. I love y'all to death for doing that.
Yes, sir.
If you don't already know, my name's Rusty, Mr. Funky Fresh in the building. Got my man 50-50, aka Fifth in the building. Hustle boy. 30 Hustle boy in the building. First of all, I want y'all to give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and hang out. For supporting the cause. This is a fundraiser for my girl Cindy for Peace Boston, if you don't already know. So big shout out to you, Cindy, over here in the corner. Thank you. But right now, the first comment I'm going to make is, what y'all here being in the building, you see how important this is to other people because they're not here. So by saying that, you know, you got to understand this street violence out here in the street, which, you know, affects everybody, and I don't know where anybody in their fucking right mind think that it don't touch them. And I don't understand why they don't, you know, people don't support. How come we stand on the sideline? But I believe that's deemed in our culture is what we do. You know, I just don't get it. But I appreciate you all for coming out in this particular cause. And I'm going to be doing a series of these things to help support organizations in our community and on our streets to help them, you know, keep doing the great work that they do. You know, if you're familiar with Peace Boston, they're not funded by the government. They're not funded by the city or the state. You know, Cindy and her whole team, you know, do their own work, do their own charitable work by raising money. So I felt is that I need to be part of that and help them raise some money so they can continue on doing the great work that they do with our kids when it comes to education and arts and things of that nature. We gotta somewhere along the line, and this goes for everybody when you leave this building, we gotta somewhere along the line start teaching everybody that stands around us. Because if we don't, we're gonna continue on growing the population, the generation that we're growing into the next, and that means your kids. And if we don't start guiding them and teaching them the right things that need to be taught, such as the word nigga, you know, you are my nigga, you know, and if you are, and for people that know me, all I say is brother. That's first and foremost that has to change. Is you know, the vocabulary and the mentality that we carry, you know, onto our kids. We got to start changing that. And until we start doing that, we're going to continue recycling the things that go on out here in these streets. And if you don't already know, violence is big business for, you know, the guys in blue, and the guys in the ties, and the guys in the robes, and the guys with the handcuffs. Violence is big business, and if you don't get that, man, I don't know what else to tell you. But I love y'all to death, and I appreciate you all. I appreciate all the rappers who heard my call and came out to do they want to. I really, really appreciate it. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm really, really disappointed in this Boston hip hop scene. It's making me now want to change how I deal with, how I play Boston music. And it's a shame that it has to be that way. but it's been 5 years since I've been playing Boston music, and I feel like too many artists is too comfortable with what I do for them, and I feel disrespected, and I'm only keeping it 100. I feel real disrespected because if I make a call to say I need you to do something, that should be 100. I'm saying, I play people's music, whether I play it a lot, whether I play it a less, whether I mention you, shout, it doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, you get my help. Because no one else is doing it for you. Let's keep it 100. 94.5 ain't doing it. You gotta luck up and hope they spin a wheel and your fucking song comes up. Ugly. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not talking about the dudes. I got love for, them dudes. Just as much as Hot 97, same fucking thing. Just as much as anything else, it's the same thing. But if 94.5 calls you, you come running. You gotta understand, Boston does not have a platform. Because when we keep trying to build a platform, y'all keep falling off it. And I'm not talking about y'all per se who's already here. I'm just saying those who are not. But they keep falling off the platform. Because everybody's in the right mind thinking they the one to win. Ain't nobody winning. Don't get me wrong. People are going to win on an individual note. But as a city, we're not going to win. And I'm going to tell you, I've been through the scope. I've been through 3 generations of music, man. And it still ain't worked. Don't get me wrong. You got those that have done what they've done, but it hasn't represented the city. Let's not mix it up. I've been through 3 spans of music, man, and the shit still ain't working. You got to understand why. Because you're not supporting each other, man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to break the thing. You're not supporting each other. And if you don't, and it's not up to me, if you don't display this message, man, the shit is not going to work. This is the last thing I'm saying. I say this all the time. If you as an artist is in this building and you do shows and you're performing in front of your peers, there's a problem. And what I mean by peers is other rappers. There's a problem. Because if everyone screams to say that they have a fan base, where are they? So this is all I want you to think about, and I'm going to keep it moving. This is all I want you to think about is that we have to turn it up. We have to turn the notch up. Yeah, we got 1 million hits on YouTube. We got 1 million hits on Facebook. We got all that. But if that's what it is, where are they? It's enough of performing in front of your peers. Enough of that shit. So all I'm going to say is this. It's time to turn it up. It's time to make a change. I'm here to do whatever you need. If I need to play your joint 1 million times, fucking let's get it in. But you have to turn it up more than what you do. Not to say that you're not working. I'm not saying that. But there's more to this game than just music. And that's what you gotta realize. Applause for my man Jonothan Gates, Uncle JG, baby.
Okay. Yo, I see a lot of you. I hear. Excuse me. Do you understand what this means? No, excuse you. No, nigga, excuse you. Don't get it fucked up. Don't let the TV fuck you up. I did comedy for 27, but I've been a nigga for 48. Don't get your shit choked. Understand this? Hold on. Let me say this to you. I look in this room. We got some great talent. Boston is a great city. I love this bitch called Boston. You only performing for your peers. You should recheck yourself. You talk about your Facebook page. You talk about what you're doing. You don't have an album coming out tomorrow. All you have is you. If you can't grind for you, stop doing this. Go sell burgers, go sell insurance, go do something else. All this shit here about the violence, this ain't nothing new. Violence been going on a long time, but y'all on some new shit. How the fuck do you hate on each other for no reason?
Tell me about it.
Tell me about this shit. How the fuck do you hate on another motherfucker to say the same fucking shit you saying? How do you hate on a motherfucker that looks like you? How do you perpetuate the bullshit that's been going on in the news?
Thank you.
Tell me, how do you do it? Then you go home tonight talking about, yo, fuck that, how did Rusty put me on before these niggas, son? You're an idiot.
That's right.
Until you can create you, that you will generate business for other people, you ain't shit. Understand this. Nobody gives a fuck about you but you. But until you give a fuck about the next motherfucker standing next to you, you won't be shit.
That's right.
They want you to fucking fail. Boston's supposed to fail. That's what they say. I say this to you. This B stands for I'm from motherfucking Boston. This B stands for I'm a strong black man. This B stands for if you stand for something, put up your motherfucking B. Stop being status quo. Be something different.
That's right.
Be something different. Hold on. Stop talking about the dope you had, the dope ride you drive, the bitches you fuck, the niggas you don't know, the cocaine you sold. Stand for just being a motherfucking man.
That's right.
Pull up your motherfucking pants and hold up your fucking head.